so annoying. Oh, I'm going? All right. How many times do I have to hit that? Okay, here we go. So today, our whole thing is we're going to be solving. We're going to be solving rational equations. Okay, so we're going to be solving for x. And of course we know, hopefully by now, that the term rational means fraction, right? I like these. Right? The biggest thing, though, we have to be careful of are excluded values, okay? Because it can happen. You can get an answer that won't work. Okay, excluded values. Okay, what are excluded values? Those are the values that make us divide by 0. Okay, so we don't divide by 0, right? So our excluded values, for instance, in number 1, just look at it, number 1. If I get x equals -8, I can't use that answer. Now, I don't know what the answer is yet, but I do know if x equals -8, -8 plus 8 divided by 0 makes Cookie Monster sad, right? I also know that, oh, let's see, maybe it is somebody. Oh, good voicemail. Okay, good. All right, so then, and also, x cannot equal 7/2, okay? So then, how are we going to solve this? We do know that x cannot equal either one of these. Probably won't be either one of those answers, but that's a possibility, okay? So, how do we solve this? Well, I don't like fractions. You guys don't like fractions. So the nice thing about solving for x is we can get rid of a fraction. Watch this. If I multiply this side by a 2x minus 7, that would just cancel that out, right? I mean, 2x plus 7 over 1. I don't really need the 1, but use your imagination. It is over 1. But if I did that, it would cancel that, right? You guys agree with that? So, but I can't do, as an equation with an equal sign, what you do to one side, you have to do the other side. So I have to, well, I better multiply by 2x minus 7 on this side, right? But then what happens is that it cancels that out, right? And the same thing over here. If I multiply this side by x plus 8 and multiply this side by x plus 8, let's see what happens. Then it cancels the x plus 8 over here. And what am I left with? Well, I'm left with a 2 times a 2x minus 7 equal to a 5 times an x plus 8. Now there's a faster way to do this, okay? That works, and I'm not done, but a faster way to do it is just to cross multiply, and I'll show you that when we come down here, okay? So if I cross multiply this times this times this, I get the same thing. Watch, one more time. If I cross multiply this times this, there it is equal to that times that, then it works. Okay, now, let's solve. 4x minus 14. Hey, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't this look, this looks just like our warm-up. 5x plus 40. I did that on purpose, didn't I? Right? Did that on purpose. And then I'm going to solve minus 4x minus 4x, and I get a negative 14 equals a 1x plus 40 minus 40 minus 40, right? I get a negative 54 equals x. Now, let's check out my answer. Can I use that answer? Sure. Negative 54 as x, as an x value here, right? Negative 54 as an x value here will not make me divide by 0, right? And negative 54 here as an x value will not make me divide by 0 here. So I can keep this answer, right? The only answers I can't use are these two. Cannot divide by 0, right? Would you agree with that? Remember what Cookie Monster said about dividing by 0? You'll have no friends. Okay? Now, example 2. So in example 2, first of all, x cannot equal, better not get an answer of 3, and I better not get an answer of 6. Okay? Because if x is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. Do not divide by 0. And if x is 6 right here, 6 minus 6 is 0. Do not divide by 0. So no matter what, it can be either. So let me show you an easier way than what I did up here. Okay, I wanted to show you why it works. But if you get a fraction equal to a fraction, we just cross multiply. So if I multiply both sides by x minus 6, it's just faster to say, well, I'm just going to cross multiply. Okay, so just bring the x minus 6 up here. And if I multiply both sides by x minus 3, it's just faster to say let's cross multiply and bring the x minus 3 up here. Okay, so by fraction equal to fraction, so if a fraction equal to a fraction, if I've got a over b equals c over d, I can cross multiply. Just that times that equals that times that. That's all I'm doing. Just going to cross multiply. Okay, so then I'm going to have x minus 6 comes up here. X minus 6 multiplies up here times my x plus 1. And my x minus 3 multiplies up here times my x plus 2. Okay, how am I doing? So it's really pretty easy. This one looks familiar too. Didn't we do this one on a warm-up? I think we did. I think I did that on purpose. So let's go. X squared minus 1x minus 6x minus 6. Okay, right? Equals x squared plus 2x minus 3x minus 6, right? Put these two together, x squared minus 5x minus 6, right? We did this in the warm-up, so this is easy. X squared minus 1x minus 6, right? Remember, we did this on the warm-up. If I subtract out the x squares from both sides, they just kind of cancel each other out, right? That just makes it easy, right? Minus x squared, that's just gone. So then I'd have a negative 5x minus 6 equals a negative 1x minus 6. And we did this in our warm-up, so we're almost done. Plus 5x plus 5x, right? I'm going to have negative 6 equals a 4x minus 6. Again, we did this in our warm-up, so it's pretty easy. Plus 6, we're going to get a 0. I'm going to get 0 equals 4x, but if I divide by 4, x equals 0. Is that an okay answer? Well, yeah, sure, that answer is okay. The only two answers it couldn't be were 3 and 6. If I put 0 in here, that'll work. Well, I won't divide by 0. I won't divide by 0. I can put 0 in, right? And I can put 0 here. 0 minus 6 is minus 6. That's okay, too. So x equals 0 is the answer we want. Okay, how's that? Ellie, question? I'll wait for you, okay? Yeah. So they're not hard. If it's a fraction equal to fraction, we cross multiply, okay? Are you ready? Turn the page. Now, if I've got 3 fractions, then what I need to do is add them, okay? And make a fraction equal to a fraction, okay? Before I do anything, excluded values, let's see, x cannot equal negative 1, and x cannot equal negative 2. Do you guys agree with that? Now, this one, there's an easy way to do it, and there's a hard way to do it. You want to see the easy way? Well, what if I just bring this fraction over to this side? Why would I want to do that? Why would that help if I just bring that fraction to the other side? Bring the whole fraction over. How would that help me? I'd have to negative, I agree. I'd have a 3 over an x plus 1 equals a 15 over an x plus 2 minus a 4 over an x plus 2. Totally right. I agree with the negative, but why is that going to help me? What do you see? I got a common denominator, don't I? You guys see that? So then I don't have to worry about adding these two.
Good morning, staff and students. Please excuse the interruption. We are going to run a soft lockdown drill.
Oh, wow.
Staff, please make sure that you lock your doors and continue with your instructions. Again, this is a drill.
All right. Guys, you got to get inside. Come on, get in any door. Come on in, doesn't matter. Get in here. Get in here. There you go. Guys, you got to get in somewhere. Get in. All right, here we go. So you guys get to learn some math. Cool. All right, I love it. Okay, I'm still recording, so I better get this done. So I already have a common denominator, right? Which I like. You guys just watch. Here we go. Braden, you're like, ah, good. This is going to help Braden out later, okay? So I got 3 over x plus 1 equals, well, it has a common denominator, right? If it has a common denominator, let's just write that down. Then 15 minus 4 is 11. And then, let's cross multiply, right? So if we cross multiply, we'll take, because we got a fraction, equal a fraction, x plus 1 multiplies up here. And my x plus 2 multiplies up here. And let's see what we get. So I'll have my 3 times what, I'm going to bring this up times my x plus 2 equals 11 times, because I'm going to bring this up across, multiply x plus 1, and then it's easy. Then it's just basic algebra, right guys? You know how to do this, right? So then I'm going to get a, I better squeeze it over here. I'm going to run out of room. I'm going to get a 3x plus 6 equals 11x plus 11, right? How am I doing? Okay. Minus 3x, right? I may as well go minus 11, save myself a step or two, huh? And I'll have a negative 5 equals a, what's that, an 8x. Okay. Divide by 8. Divide by 8, and I get negative 5/8. Well, is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. The only two answers it cannot be are negative 1 and negative 2, so that answer is good. I like that answer, okay? All right, example 4. All right, so with example 4, I'm probably going to need to get a common denominator. But before I do that, I think I'm going to try and factor that one, because I see something. If I factor this term, I think it factors into an x plus times an x plus 4. Okay, so if I factor this, I think it's going to match up with this pretty well. So let me factor this. Okay, so I get 12 over my x plus 4 minus 7 over x equals 22. And I'm going to factor this one, x times x plus 4. How am I doing? Okay, now I probably should get a common denominator so I can add, so I can multiply these two. Okay, so let's get a common denominator. And let's multiply this one by x over x. And multiply this one by x plus 4 over x plus 4, right? And that would be the common denominator between all three of them, okay? Well, let's see. These two then have the x times the x plus 4 as the common denominator. But then the numerator is going to be the 12x minus a 7x minus 28, okay? And then that's going to equal just a 22 over an x times an x plus 4. Okay, how am I doing? Okay, that's a bigger problem, huh? Then, let's see, I'm going to have, what's that, a 5x, I think, right? 5x minus 28.
All right, the soft lockdown drill is now over.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. All right. You can see us again later on, huh?
Yeah.
You got this down, right? Thank you. Yep. All right, and then, let's see. Over a 22 times an x plus 4, okay? Now, I'm not going to cross multiply. What I'm going to do in this case to make it easy, because they both have a common denominator. So if I get to this step, if they both have the same denominator, if I multiply both sides by this, for example, if I multiply both sides, because it's an equation, by x times x plus 4, x times x plus 4, because they both have the same common denominator. What makes this problem easy is that then this will cancel with this, that'll cancel with that, and then it becomes a pretty easy problem. I get a 5x minus 28 equals 22. How am I doing? Okay, and then plus 28 plus 28. 5x equals, what's that, 50? divide by 5, divide by 5, x is 10. Is 10 okay? Can I use 10? Take a look. Is 10 okay? Look at my question. Is 10 going to work? Well, is 10 okay? Yeah, 10's okay. It just can't be 0 or -4. So I'll keep the 10. Okay. Homework today is page, I think, 192. And we're going to do, I gave you just even, just 6 problems, 2 through 12 even. And the extra is number 15, which I'll help you with, okay? All right. How's that? No problem? Few interruptions, better than that. We got her done. Come on, stop. Stop recording.